I'm going to call it a commitment, call it a labor of love, a heartstring to keep the technology affordable and accessible for all. So I started the nonprofit to raise money to give power to the people, as I figured the more people understood what I was doing, the more they would champion having an affordable cancer treatment that was also effective and could literally help save them or their loved ones. And I got into this because I lost the only parents I knew to cancer. So a lot of people think, it's this big industry and you got to protect me at all costs. And yeah, but
I
this
get
is
so
such
sick
a,
of seeing it.
what you say?
I get so sick of seeing it.
But the thing is, like, people don't know my faith walk, right? They don't know what I've been through. And, whenever people say that, I always want to respond with, what was Breonna Taylor trying to do? Okay, so, so half the crowd needed a recap. So, thank you guys for that. The recap was basically I developed this cancer killing technology using lasers and nanoparticles that has already demonstrated complete elimination of human cancer in laboratory mice after one treatment over the course of 15 days with no chemo, no radiation, no surgery, and no observable side effects. And then I had this notion that, hey, we can make this affordable and accessible for all if we stay independent of if we stay independent of investors in the pharmaceutical industry. And maybe, just maybe, other people who are like-minded, who are tired of all of the cancer charities who raise money for awareness and hope, which is important. Early detection saves lives. Hope is necessary. That we can go beyond hope. We can move beyond hope into doing something about it. And so I already developed the technology and we are raising the money to stay independent of the pharmaceutical industry, go through the FDA process and launch official legitimate human clinical trials so we can get adopted by the American Medical Association, covered by insurance companies, Medicaid and Medicare, so that we can be legitimate. And a lot of people talk about Dr. Sebi, and I actually like Dr. Sebi. I think, eating healthy and alkalining your body can never hurt. But there's still 9 million people a year who die from cancer every year around the world. And it's not because there aren't alternative therapies, modern treatments. It's everything doesn't work for everybody. Cancer is a generic term that applies to a few hundred types of diseases, right? And so, and the other thing, no shade to Dr. Shaby, but he didn't go to school. And Jesus didn't either. So I'm not saying that his healing powers weren't legitimate, but it wasn't based on an academic education. And part of the reason why I want to legitimize what I'm doing is so that I can separate myself from the Dr. Sabis, or what's the name of this lady that just went to prison for this scam she did raising money, the Theranos lady.
Oh, I hadn't heard about it.
Okay, so this Theranos lady, Elizabeth Holmes is her name. She raised, when I say millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, for some kind of technology that's supposed to take your blood and determine if you have cancer. And everybody, billions, thank you, Before a Day Club. And she had her family, friends who poured into her. She even got contracts with like CVS and Walgreens to put this technology in their stores. And my issue with that is she didn't graduate from college. I have 3 degrees in physics. She didn't have any peer-reviewed publications. I do. She didn't have patents. I do. Like, she wasn't legitimate. But she got every benefit of every doubt because of how she looked and who she knew. And I get frustrated sometimes because people take one look at me and assume this can't be real. And sometimes, I try to take the high road, and sometimes I clap back in the comment like, are you saying that just because of how I look?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. When you nice people do that, they feel like they can try you and just say anything. Like you just
Right.
go.
Yes. And so, and the statistics are the tech startup world sorely underfunds women, sorely underfunds black founders, and extremely underfunds black female founders. And so it wasn't necessarily so that I would have raised the money faster had I made this a for-profit. The one thing that is for sure is that had I made this a for-profit, it wouldn't be affordable by the time we got through human clinical trials and made it available in hospitals. So it was a lot of things that went wrong. Okay, so the poll is in. So we're at 50%. Who needs a recap? So I think there might be a delay in the comments. So here's the thing. I'm busy, really busy, and I don't spend my life on social media. If I'm not on social media live, it's because I'm in the background trying to make things happen.
Right.
Right? And I have a team of volunteers who are helping me make things happen. And I invite everyone who thinks that this should be happening faster to help me. And my Kevin Hart voice, help me. Help me. Help me. And sometimes people sit on the sidelines and criticize and not take the time to appreciate how hard it is to be a trailblazer and a history maker and the odds that I'm up against. And people have a concept to say, protect me in all the comments without rolling up their sleeves to donate, to volunteer, to make a video, to share our posts on social media, to do anything. And the questions I welcome questions. And at the same time,
Respectable questions.
right, yes.
Yeah.
I have 2 whole day jobs and I'm running a nonprofit. So I don't sit on social media all day looking for people whose questions I could answer. You can volunteer at oralee.org/volunteer. We need help. We could go faster with more help. Like having other ambassadors make videos like Larry does. Thank you again, Larry, for all of the videos that you make and post on TikTok and everywhere else. If I had 50 people doing what Larry has been doing, we could raise the money 50 times faster, right? So I happen to attract a lot of introverts. So if I'm not live, I'm having to convince the ambassadors who are mostly introverts if they will go live. So we started doing Courageous Cancer Conversations the last Sunday of the month. And we've been trying to groom the ambassadors to get out there. But Larry doesn't have a shy bone in his body. He will make a video. He doesn't have to get me to sign off on it. He just makes videos all the time. And I love his brand of creative minds. Please make sure you follow him. Creative
No
with
pun
an
intended.
8. Creative with an 8 and minds with a Z. So make sure you follow him. And if you want to help me eradicate cancer, if you want to help me move faster towards human clinical trials with the cancer killing technology I developed, you can do anything and everything from make videos, help get the word out, host a fundraiser, donate. On Facebook, it's Giving Tuesday tomorrow. It's the biggest day to support nonprofit. Ask 10 of your friends to match a $10 gift, match a $100 gift. But if I had $1 from everyone who saw my posts, my videos, we literally would have had the money we needed to get started.